بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين.
Interpretation of the Holy Quran.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. With the help of Allah, we began a brief commentary of Quran. We got to chapter Nisa, the fourth chapter of Quran, which is revealed in Medina. It has 176 verses. Please listen to verse 119.
وَلَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ وَلَآمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُبَتِّكُنَّ آذَانَ الْأَنْعَامِ وَلَآمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُغَيِّرُنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ وَمَن يَتَّخِذِ الشَّيْطَانَ وَلِيًّا مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ فَقَدْ خَسِرَ خُسْرَانًا مُّبِينًا.
And most certainly I will lead them astray and excite in them vain desires, and bid them so that they shall slit the ears of the cattle. And most certainly I will bid them so that they shall alter Allah's creation. And whoever takes the shaitan for a guardian rather than Allah, he indeed shall suffer a manifest loss. In previous verse, Allah talked about shaitan. Allah said, La'anahullah, Allah cursed shaitan, after telling that shaitan is trying to mislead people while he knows what is the truth, but still he disobeyed Allah and misled the people. Allah cursed him, and after that Allah said, shaitan is telling that لَاتَّخِذَنَّ مِنْ عِبَادِكَ نَصِيبًا مَفْرُوضًا. He said to Allah, definitely I'm going to take some of your servants as a portion for myself. نَصِيبًا مَفْرُوضًا, a portion, a group of them. I try to mislead them and deceive them until they will follow me. In this verse, Allah continued to talk about whatever shaitan says and what is his hope or wish. وَلَأُضِلَّنَّهُمْ وَلَأُمَنِّيَنَّهُمْ وَلَآمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُبَتِّكُنَّ آذَانَ الْأَنْعَامِ. Allah says that shaitan says, I'm going to mislead people, misguide them, deceive them, and plus that, I'm going to excite in them the vain desires. I will encourage them to have a wrong desires, that I'm going to do such a thing in future, and I'm going to change myself, I'm going to obey God, or only desires. To have a hope or to have decision is wonderful, but desires, I'm going to have such a big house, 10 cars, 20 cars, which are considered as a vain desires. The verse we explained, and shaitan continues that when he says, وَلَآمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُبَتِّكُنَّ آذَانَ الْأَنْعَامِ, I'm going to order them until people will slit the ears of the cattle. We said that it was common in that time among the ignorance to cut the ears of the cattle like camel, cow, or sheep, and after cutting the ear, they were putting aside. It means they were not using as a riding or killing or anything after cutting. They were thinking that it is for God, their gods, it means for idols, until in certain time they will sacrifice it for the idols. Allah says in behalf of Shaitan that Shaitan says, I'm going to teach them to do such a thing, while it is illegal. To sacrifice them for idols, for what? It is useless. And if they cut the ears to put aside, this is wrong. It doesn't mean to cut the ears is wrong. No. Sometimes it's common. They cut the ears only to put a sign that such a thing belongs to such a person. That is okay. But no, it was common to cut the ears and not to use it in any way, the camel or sheep or cow, to sacrifice it for the idols in future. That Shaitan says, I'm going to teach them such a thing. I'm going to encourage them to believe in superstition, and Allah condemns that. وَلَآمُرَنَّهُمْ, and I'm going to order them فَلَيُغَيِّرَنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ, until they will change the creation of God, something which is the way that Allah has created. I'm going to encourage people to change them, like the nature we said, until people's nature will be different. وَمَنْ يَتَّخِذِ الشَّيْطَانَ وَلِيًّا, and whoever takes Shaitan as a guardian for himself, فَقَدْ خَسِرَ خُسْرَانًا مُبِينًا, he indeed shall suffer a manifest loss. When we go through different verses of Quran, we will see that when Shaitan disobeyed God to prostrate on Adam, Allah told the Shaitan, go out of paradise. When Allah told the Shaitan to go out of paradise, then Shaitan talked to God and said, Oh the Lord, give me a chance. Give me a chance until the resurrection day. He said, قَالَ أَنْظِرْنِي إِلَى يَوْمِ يُبْعَثُونَ, my Lord, give me chance and respite me until the day when they are raised up. It means resurrection day. قَالَ إِنَّكَ مِنَ الْمُنْظَرِينَ. Allah says that surely you are of the respite ones. Allah gave him time. So when Allah told him to go out of paradise, he said, Oh the Lord, I worship you for a long time, and now give me a chance. Give me time until resurrection day. When Allah gave him time and said that's okay, then he said, قَالَ فَبِإِذَّتِكَ لَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ, in chapter Sad, verse 82 and 83, that he said, by your honor, he swore to Allah's honor. Izzah is a special name for God, Ism al-Jalala. The names of Allah are not in the same level. The Ism al-Jalala is higher level of the comparing to normal names. He swore to Ism al-Jalala, which is Izzatullah. Izzah is honor. He swore to Allah's honor that لَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ إِلَّا عِبَادُكَ مِنْهُمُ الْمُخْلَصِينَ. I'm going to deceive all people unless few of the people. عِبَادَكَ إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ مِنْهُمُ الْمُخْلَصِينَ. Except the sincere worshippers of you among them. So we will see that here Shaitan swore that I'm going to misguide all the people, except a few people, some people, very few, and best example of exception is Prophet and Imam. And Prophets and Imam, it doesn't mean Shaitan did not try. Shaitan tried to deceive and mislead the prophets or imams, but he couldn't do it. They understood very well and they did not follow Shaitan. In another verse, chapter Hajj, verse 39, Allah says, قال رب بما أغويتني لأزينن لهم في الأرض ولأغوينهم أجمعين. Shaitan said to the Lord, O my Creator, since you deceived me, رب بما أغويتني. أغويتني is like deceiving, but Allah's deceive is not the same as we deceive. When Allah leaves us alone, it is a kind of deceiving. And have led me astray, لَأُزَيِّنَنَّ لَهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. I shall make the life of the world fair seeming to your worshippers. I make it very beautiful. I decorate it. وَلَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. And I will cause them all to go astray. So we will see that Shaitan swore to Allah that I'm going to misguide all people. And in this verse, Allah says in behalf of Shaitan that Shaitan says, I'm going to misguide people, I'm going to push them and encourage them to have a vain desires until resurrection day. We ask Allah to help us, to be careful, and to be sure that all the time Shaitan is working very hard, is talking to us and is trying to deceive us. It doesn't mean that he is going to deceive all people in the same way. No, in different ways, in different tools. I don't know which tool he is going to deceive me and is going to deceive you. But I know very well that Allah has promised that if you take refuge to me, I'm going to help you. Say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Say, I take refuge to God from Shaitan, and Allah has promised to help. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.